The weather pattern has gotten busier as we head into July, as we're tracking multiple systems possible in our region within the next several days. That's as we do see the weather pattern typically. I have to start that over. Let's see. Gets busy, can be unexpected. That's what I do. The weather pattern has gotten busier as we head into July for our areas. We're following multiple systems possible in the next several days. It says we can even see these pop up a bit unannounced. During the summertime, it only really takes a slight dip in the jet stream really to get big impacts at the surface. We'll usually see what we call longer, broad troughs of waves in the upper level pattern. That's what brings big impacts during other seasons. Again, it only takes those shorter waves with all of our hot temperatures and energy during the summertime to get storms going. Also, sort of another factor that will follow with our summer forecast is the systems of convection that can work together. Prolonging these systems, it makes it more difficult to track those in the long range. As typically we'll see with that initial development, updrafts coming into those storms with warm air. That fuels more those downdrafts coming back out of that as rain begins to fall out of those storms. And you have the warm and cold air from the updraft and the downdraft meeting. That can actually form into a miniature front, we call that a gust front, out of these storms. When you get one of those pushing forward ahead of your initial cells, it can even lead to further storm development for a prolonged amount of time. Again, that does lead to even impacts in our forecast as well, as we'll see this typically fueled by a very weak wave in the upper pattern, hard to pick out sometimes in our upper level maps, and this can lead to even severe risks near the surface here, where we'll see these systems working with that smaller area of the disturbance to even come together into its own isolated system. This is where we see this prolonged, continuing further into the future and adding on to that uncertainty for the forecast there. We also see several of these systems can pass through the same region within a short amount of time, further leading to that uncertainty as we follow many of these systems even on the way for our area in the next week.